What's what's up, TTC? How y'all doing tonight on this Sunday night here? Hey, LSU took care of business yesterday. They beat Mississippi State 29-7. Defense played great. Defense had 5 interceptions. No real complaints on defense that much. Mississippi State did run the ball. They ran the ball for more yards than I hope they did. Hope running for, but the spread is a difficult defense to. It's a difficult offense to defend. But they ran about 44 times and they had 100 something yard rushing, 120 something like that. I think might have been 140, I believe. Look at the stats real quick. I don't want to be misquoted and somebody point it out to me, but other than that, LSU's offense. I thought that they could have once they got in a red zone, I think they could have punched the ball in a few more times. They are going to need to do that if they want to beat Alabama. They can't get field goals to beat Alabama, but you really can't complain. They scored seven times out of, I think they punted once, and we fumbled once on the last drive. So we 7 out of 9 drives we scored on. So you really can't complain that much. We had a short field majority of the night. We started, I think the average starting line was like Mississippi State's 47-yard line. So another offensive output wasn't high, but it's kind of hard to rack up yards when you start on the 40-yard line each time of your opponent. So, but they do have some things they need to clean up. They need to throw the ball a little better, and they also need to, when you get in the red zone, they got to score touchdowns. But get back to Mississippi State, they had 152 yards rush on 44 attempts. That's a 3.5 yard average. So, but they run a spread offense. It's kind of hard to defend. It's hard to defend that. It's hard to slow it down or stop it anyway. But next week we got to play West Virginia. West Virginia's probably a little better on offense than Mississippi State. So they're gonna have to stop. They're gonna have to stop Noel Devine next week, but I'll address that later this week. But LSU. Like I said, this game would boil down to turnovers and quarterback play. Their quarterbacks had 5 interceptions. Ours had 0. So that was a big key in the game. It wasn't really all Jordan Jefferson really didn't have a high stat night, but he had some drops. He had a touchdown drop in the end zone. Russell Shepard should have had that. And Russell Shepard also dropped a pass on 3rd down that would have gave him a 1st down. So Jefferson could have had 170 yards passing if those passes were complete, but they weren't. So they're gonna have to work on that. But like I said, the defense. We didn't really get the sacks that I would like. But sometimes when we pressured the quarterback a few times, they forced them into interception. So that's good. But LSU is gonna have to continue to play good defense. They want to compete for the SEC championship. But they do have some offensive problems they got to work out. Hopefully they can get it done. But other than that, it was a good game. LSU, like I said, they took care of business. They did what they were supposed to do. They were favored by 7, I think, so they won by 22. So kudos for LSU for taking care of getting another SEC win. SEC wins are all of them are big. Some are bigger than others. So, but that's all I'm gonna say about the game. There's not much to talk about. But now going around the country, man, I should say around the SEC, man, Ole Miss. Man, what is wrong with Ole Miss, man? Lost to Vanderbilt, lost to Jacksonville State. They beat Tulane by 14 points. I don't know. Anytime you lose at home to Vanderbilt, that's not a good thing. But it's Ole Miss. So what do you expect? They haven't won anything. They haven't won an SEC championship since 1963. So what do you expect? The Florida-Tennessee game. Florida, they still have some issues on offense. I think they got to work out. I don't think they're near as good as they were last year. Of course, losing Tim Tebow, he's not going to be, but they they have some problems they got to work out if they want to beat Alabama. I don't see them going to Tuscaloosa and winning playing like this. But Tennessee is I think Derek Dooley, he has them heading in the right direction. He's a lot better than Lane Kiffin, a lot better coach. I mean, he's doing it the right way. I mean, they might have a losing season this year, but I mean next year Tennessee will be a lot better. But they might go to a bowl this year. But I'd be shocked if they have a losing season. But I'm saying if they do, it's not really all his fault because Kiffin left that. The way he left that team was not right. No, it's the Arkansas Georgia game. I'll tell you, Ryan Mallett's a good quarterback. You know, if LSU had him, we wouldn't lose the game. That's all LSU's missing is a great quarterback. But Arkansas is going to they're going to be a tough team for anybody to beat, especially on their home field. I know they have Alabama coming to town next week, so that's going to be tough. That's going to be a good game to watch. Can't wait to watch that game. Should be a good game. Georgia, they start that freshman quarterback. It's going to be they're going to go through some growing pains with him. They got a big game against Mississippi State next week. State they need to win. Georgia needs to win. Be interesting to see what happens there too. But neither one of them want to start 0-3 in the conference. So, in Alabama, I'll tell you, they're the best team in the country. Or they're the best team in the SEC bar none. Them and Ohio State. I mean, they're the class of the NCAA this year. I mean, I don't see anybody beating them. I just don't. I mean, they're just Alabama's too. I mean, they're just deep. They're well coached. They don't make any mistakes. I mean, it's gonna be tough to beat Alabama. But other than that, the Auburn Clemson game. Man, that was a good game. Went to overtime, and Clemson had that ball start snap, whatever they did. They got flagged, and I had to kick the field goal again. And of course, he's going to miss it then. So had some kudos for Auburn. That's the win the SEC needs against the ACC. I always pull for the SEC when we out of conference games because it looks good for the conference. Other than that, not much else to say about the game. All the other games are covered from the SEC. Like I said, Alabama and Ohio State. They're right now. They are the class. So hopefully LSU can get their offensive act together because they're going to need to play a lot better offensively if they want to beat Alabama or Florida and Arkansas. But those games are later down the road, so we'll see then. But y'all take care, have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later in the week.